You know, I'm really glad there's no charities around.
No! They sold me products and donated all proceeds to children's charities, those bastards! No, not a shirt! I know these tracks. This is Scott the Woz and the Pixel Empire partnering to bring merchandise for charity in support of Children's Miracle Network and Critical Care Comics. That or it's a B. Oh God! Wait. They're coming for you! They only care about your money, and they're using it to save sick kids! Save yourselves! God, I'm so tired of sick children. Just get better already! Hello, my name is Sky. You may remember me from the video Scott the Woz merchandise for charity Bonanza 2019. Scott, fun fact, I was in that video. It's November, which means we have to do another charity event because I can only sin so much without redemption. Once again, I'm partnering with the Pixel Empire. Last year, we offered t-shirts, posters, the internet new on VHS. I like working with them because they're willing to put up with my dumbass ideas. I love that I was able to put out a VHS tape and these elaborate posters with gorgeous art. I'm really picky with what represents the Scott the Woz brand, and most people who want to help me represent the Scott the Woz brand really don't get the Scott the Woz brand. And the Pixel Empire has been nothing but cooperative and supportive of everything I really want to do with these charity events. Because I'm really hands-on with everything. Like like I said, I'm super picky with with what represents the series and the channel and all of that. And the Pixel Empire has been nothing but helpful with that. With last year's event, we raised nearly $70,000. That is amazing. That is nearly one semester of college. In all seriousness, thank you to anybody and everybody who purchased something from the event last year, or even if you just spread awareness by just sharing it on social media or something like that. You helped us get to that amount. And it's absolutely incredible that we could even raise, if we could even raise like nearly a fraction of that amount, it would have been amazing. But we raised nearly $70,000, which is unbelievable. This year, we're donating to the exact same two charities as last year, Children's Miracle Network and Critical Care Comics. Pixel Empire works with Critical Care Comics a lot, and I like donating to Children's Miracle Network, so you combine the two, and after this event's over, sick children will cease to exist. All profits made from this charity event will be donated to the two charities after the campaign's over. It will just be split equally across the two. So if we raise $70,000 again, 35K to Children's Miracle Network and Critical Care Comics, and receipts of the donations will be made as soon as possible after the campaign is over. I know I made the joke that this is a tax write-off, but I can't write this off on my taxes. No money enters my bank account. No money entered my bank account last year, and no money will enter this year, so I can't possibly write this off. I've been working with my current tax guy for the past 3 years, and just this June, he decided to ask me, what exactly do you do? This is my fun excuse of the year to not only do merchandise, but also raise money and awareness for some good causes. Pixel Empire has worked with Critical Care Comics a lot, and they are focused on helping kids smile and forget about everything going on in their lives by donating toys or comics or iPads to hospitals, and also showing up in costumes to brighten up the children's days. And Children's Miracle Network is a bit more of a broad funding children's hospitals, helping sick children. It's kind of your one-stop shop for helping sick kids. It's all about making bad times a lot more bearable for some kids out there, and I'm really happy that we can raise money for this kind of stuff while also supplying fun product. But what are the products? This is limited edition merchandise available for 2 months. We have t-shirts, posters, and so much 2 more items. Alright, this is the main event here. What do we have in store? Well, for the t-shirts, we have a new Scott the Woz logo variant along with a rated E for a relevant retro styled shirt. From the trial episode, here's a litigation station shirt, hell-bent on letting people know you went to court. There's a new Hey All Scottier shirt. That doesn't tell you how it's spelled. I don't know what does. The knee slaps out of 5 design, a surefire way to let everybody know how well you stack up as an E3 press conference. Anime 08 from the Anime Games episode for all you Madden and anime fan out there. And the used shirt based on game stores and used games. If you ever wanted to know your worth, well, and those are just the launch t-shirts. There will be more released throughout the 2-month campaign. I want to do new variations of the Games on a Shelf t-shirt from last year and the Alphanumeric JavaScript t-shirt from last year, so those will be released sometime soon. And I have a lot more ideas clunking up around up here, but for now, these are designs that are available right now. Now onto the posters. There are some amazing ones here. You might have already seen the Dark Age of Nintendo poster. Of course, me playing subpar Nintendo games obviously needed a poster. Obviously. This was commissioned by me to go up online right after the Chibi Robo Ziplash episode went out as a way to celebrate the end of the arc. But now you can pick up a high quality print of it in different sizes. This was done by Josh, or Creative Outpouring, who also put together a Scott the Woz General Series poster. This one was pretty much the only poster I didn't have a mock-up or sketch for the artist. Josh made this all himself, and it's pretty wicked. There's some fun references, the other guys are here, it's a great time. I would put it up in my car. And I'm super happy that there is now an official poster for the Internet and You. I will not rest until I accomplish everything I wanted to with this thing, and the stuff I wanted to do with the Internet and You was a VHS tape and a poster, and wham, look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's done by John Allison, and he did an outstanding job. All characters are featured. It's so lively and colorful, and I love it. Another product based on the trial episode is this amazing courtroom sketch of the events that took place, done by Barrett Biggers. I really wanted it to look like this was an actual court case. Not saying it wasn't, I just wanted it to look like that. And finally, the last poster, ready for launch right now, took a lot of coordination. Basically, I contacted all artists that I've worked with in the past for Scott the Woz through episodes like A Very Mad and White Christmas and It's Awesome Baby, It's a Bargain Bin Christmas, and anime games. Pretty much every episode that features animation. And I asked the artist, hey, can you draw your version of Scott featured in the episodes that you worked on? And bam, here we are. The Different Scott's Different Styles poster, featuring all the different artists and their art styles featured throughout the series' history. Most of these are from It's a Bargain Bin Christmas, but it makes for such a fun piece. Thank you to all the amazing artists who decided to tolerate working with me again for this. I also got out of drawing Retirement Purgatory for this poster. I drew my own Scott. It's in the bottom of the poster. It's the art style I use to draw the storyboards that I send animators whenever I work with them. So it counts, it belongs here. It's not as good as everybody else's Scott's in this poster, but I think for not drawing too much outside of just really rough sketches for storyboards over the past like 5 years or so, it's not that bad. I was pretty like, alright, I did okay for not drawing that much over the past few years. So those are the posters available now. There will obviously be more available throughout the next few months. We're offering a lot more than we did last year. We offered one poster at launch last year, and now we're offering a lot of posters. And there's more to come too. There are some that are already done, and then there are some that are still being worked on, but will be completed within the next 2 months or so. So I'll be announcing the new products, whether they're new posters or new t-shirts. Those will be announced on the YouTube community tab, or maybe Twitter sometimes if I'm feeling a little risky. But of course you may be saying, I like anything but posters and t-shirts. What are you offering outside of those? Well, last year we had the limited run of Internet and You VHS tapes. We produced about 500 of them, and they sold out, which is absolutely amazing and terrifying that people were willing to buy that. It's amazing that people actually wanted this obsolete novelty item. It's pretty crazy. So thank you to everybody who purchased that. But of course, the Pixel Empire had to prepare just in case, like a tape was damaged via shipment or something like that. So they had some leftovers, and it's been about a year. So obviously they just have some leftovers laying around. So they have about 10 Internet and You VHS tapes left. So this is it. If you really want the Internet and You on VHS, the original VHS release of the Internet and You, it will be available in extremely limited quantities, probably around 10 or so, on November 27th at 5 p.m. EST. After that, it's gonna be gone. It won't include any of the extra goodies from the original batch. That would be the script, the thank you letter, the stickers, because we only produced 500 of them for the original 500. But this version includes the poster that just got announced. So it's only available via this poster bundle. You get the poster and the VHS tape. It's a whopping $75. It is more expensive this time because it includes a poster, but out of that $75, $50 goes to charity. And with that, I just want to be as clear as possible. I was pretty adamant about this last year, but since these are products for charity, that doesn't mean that all the money you spend on every product goes directly to charity. Like if you spend $25 on a shirt, that doesn't mean 25 goes to charity. The profit made from these shirts that would have gone to Pixel Empire and me if this wasn't for charity goes to charity. Because they have to purchase materials to produce these products, whether it be, t-shirt material, paper material, ink, all that stuff. They have to take that into consideration, and when that's taken out of the price, and all that, the profit made from that goes to charity. It's not that fun. Obviously, I would prefer if all the money went to charity, but that's just what happens when you buy products for charity. With one exception. This is the big boy product this year. I have this horrible mentality where I feel the need to one-up myself every single year. I'm like, oh, well, I did this last year. Well, I have to do something bigger and better this year. That means I'm really tired. But last year we did the VHS tape, which was awesome. I was really, really happy with that. But we can't really just do another VHS tape and that be the special product this year. The NNU made sense on VHS because of the context of it all. I can't really do it's Scott the Woz on VHS, because why? That wouldn't make much sense. I don't really want to do a new special edition of the NNU on VHS just yet. I think maybe next year would be kind of cool because it's the 5th anniversary, so maybe it would be cool if there was this big box edition of the NNU for if we would do another charity event next year where it's oh man, all this stuff is included or something. It would be a huge collector's piece or something. But I ended up thinking okay, what's in the wheelhouse of the NNU on VHS that we can do this year that's different and unique and really cool? I'm welcome. This is Scout the Woz presents The Mysterious Game of Crypticism. Basically, the Pixel Empire allocated 1,000 NES games, cleaned and tested all of them, and we smacked a new label on it. So this is a mystery NES game. Who knows what it is until you pop it in. It could be a sports game, it could be an uncommon game, who knows, maybe it could even be fun to play. Basically, if you get this, you're getting a mystery NES game. You don't know what it is until you pop it into your NES. Of course, with 1,000 NES games bought for this endeavor, there's a good chance you'll get a garbage common game, maybe a sports game, but out of the 1,000 they allocated for this, there's a lot of Marios, Zeldas, Mega Mans, Castlevanias, Contras. There's some good stuff in there, and there's also a few rare games in there. I decided to go on eBay and pick up at least a handful of pricier games, or just some really good quality games, or just some cool games that aren't, if you go to a retro game store and you look at the NES section, you're just gonna see a bunch of MLB games or Skate or Die or Gotcha. There's a chance you'll get those, but there's also a small chance you'll get some cool uncommon or even potentially rare games. Of course, I don't want you to expect that, because you just will probably be disappointed, since probably 5 out of the 1,000 are kind of valuable. Just please, if you get this, go into it expecting the worst trash you've ever played, and that way it'll be that much better when it turns out to be Mario 3. These are original NES games with the Scout the Woz presents The Mysterious Game of Crypticism logo put on top of it. Crypticism is the act of being cryptic. My original idea for this was to have us buy up a bunch of old NES games that are working but have torn off labels or have been wiped clean or something like that. The problem is it's really tough to find specifically a huge lot of NES games that work but have torn labels. It's a bit too specific. So what we did was we got these stickers that are non-tearing and they peel off beautifully. So I wanted it so then it doesn't destroy the original label, and also if you get a good game and it's a game that you've always wanted, and you don't want this label on it, you can peel it off. So like you just have to kind of like look for the end of this label. Make sure you don't have like the bottom label, like the label of the actual NES game. You know, just kind of peel this off with like a fingernail, and if you just kind of like peel it off slowly, you know, you could probably peel it off faster, and it would be fine. But I would recommend doing it slowly so then you don't rip it off. And there we go. It is NES Play Action Football. Goodie. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that if you get this and it's a game that you actually wanted and you don't want my fucking face on the game, then you can just be like, all right, well, I can just peel this off, no harm, no foul. And if you want to leave it on for eternity, it looks legitimate. It looks like a legitimate NES label. It has, you know, a label right there and stuff like that. And you can do that if you want. You can do whatever you want. You can tear it off, and I'll only lose a couple nights of sleep. But of course, it would be lame if this was the only thing that you got with the purchase. So, of course, after the NNU, the Pixel Empire became a lot more knowledgeable on creating high-quality packaging and cardboard material for stuff like this. So, of course, you get an original NES box for everything there. It has sides and everything. Included in the box is a Scott the Woz retrospective booklet. This is 40 plus pages of art and behind the scenes materials and scripts and concept art, fan art, notes, all of that kind of stuff. And this has incredible art done by Sprout T or Marta. And yeah, this is 40 plus pages. It has an introduction written by me, and pretty much all the text is written by me. And there's sketches done by me, and there's all different kinds of stuff. Just very cool and well printed and all of that. There's even like some notes from production, pretty much like when I produce these episodes. God, where is it? There it is. Okay. Pretty much when I produce these episodes, I have to write down notes when it comes to like, maybe scheduling stuff. Like, oh, when does this episode come out? I want to do this episode then. And these notes show that, like, oh man, maybe some episodes were originally scheduled for a different time. Or maybe some ideas were envisioned back in, like, 2017 and didn't happen until 2020 or stuff like that. So it's kind of cool if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And of course, you know, there's, like, these art spreads, and there's a fan art page in the back, or it's in pages in the back. There's a lot of fan art. Thank you to everybody who submitted your stuff. It was all really, really good. But yeah, it's a 40 plus page retrospective booklet included within the game box. Also, it's an NES game, so of course it includes a double-sided poster. I don't want to show off too much about it because I think this is like a really cool product. Like I didn't want to show too much of the game box or the booklet or anything like that, because I would really love it if you get this product. Just send me pictures on Twitter or like film YouTube videos of you unboxing it and reacting to everything. If you really like the comedy of the channel and references to like the show and whatnot, there's a lot of stuff included in this that I would love to just see like people like enjoy for the first time. So I don't want to show off too much, but there's a double-sided poster. This was done by Josh, Creative Outpouring. Again, he also did the cover art for the Mysterious Game of Crypticism, but it's a double-sided poster and map. The map was done by Izzy or Yogcavi, and it's all fantastic. It's folded. I know, like folded posters, but that's like half of all posters that were included in NES games were folded. So I was like, well, I want it to be folded. I don't care if it makes it lamer, because like you have creases and stuff. I want it to be folded. There's a few other things included, stuff like some random little novelty inserts, like how NES games and older games would come with like magazine subscriptions and whatnot. There's some random little stuff like that. Other references to the show, stickers. The overall price will be $65. I talked them down from $75 because if you paid $75 and you ended up getting a 10-yard fight, I didn't want to deal with riots. However, all of the money that you spend on this goes to charity. Pixel Empire worked really hard with Critical Care Comics to make that happen. So pretty much like you spend $65 goes to charity. So you get to donate all that money to charity, and you get a fun little collectible that's limited to 1,000 copies. Of course, not all the products are going to be, you know, all the money is donated to charity, unfortunately. This one was a special case, but thankfully, you know, all the money from this, you know, that's whole 65 goes to charity, which is pretty cool. I also feel the need to just clarify that, you know, if you have any problems with the Pixel Empire in terms of like, oh, they missed a shipment, or like my product came out gross looking or something like that, please like contact them first. It's not that I don't want to deal with those issues, but there's not much I can do other than contact the Pixel Empire as well. So that takes out a step in the thing. Last year I had a you know, handful of people contact me via my email, saying like, oh man, the Pixel Empire, like, you know, like I didn't get my shipment yet or something, which, they're pretty good with that, but, you know, obviously some things fall through, or there's like sometimes some product defects or something happens, and, you know, I really want to make sure, you know, if anything like that happens to you, I want to make sure that you get your product, and you know, you get like a good version of the product, and you get the product that you wanted in a decent amount of time. Just like contact them first, because there's not much I can really do outside of like contact them as well. If you contact them and you don't get a response back in time, or you don't get a response that you like, then feel free to contact me via my email. But yeah, that's kind of like the best way to go about things if you need help, or you have questions related to the specific products. With that being said, if you have any product ideas, if you have like any ideas for future products that you would like to see, feel free to let us know. So then, because we can obviously get that in production before the campaign's over. And yeah, with that being said, there will still not be any Team Anal shirts. I'm not making those for kids for charity.